everybody. I'm Alessandro. With me is Jefferson, and this is Inside LHS for the week that ends today, Thursday, November 9th. There is no school tomorrow because it is the Veterans Day holiday.
Today's news is going to be a little shorter than usual because we have a new feature after the news that's produced by the Lawrence newspaper, The Laurentian. It's called Burning Questions, hosted by Leslie Garcia. So stay tuned for this right after Inside LHS.
LHS seniors have been busy working on college applications with the help of the guidance counselors and the folks from Gear Up. The Massachusetts College Application Celebration, aka MCAC, started on October 30th and will run into November 16th. MCAC gives seniors the opportunity to fill out and submit online at least 2 college applications as they prepare for life after high school. Be sure to keep your MCAC appointment and get a head start on college thanks to Period 3 TV production for the video of students filling out their college applications.
Tomorrow there is no school because of Veterans Day. The official Veterans Day is on Saturday, November 11th. But we'll remember the day tomorrow. Earlier this week, nearly 100 LHS cadets worked to clean up the Belleville Cemetery here in Lawrence, getting it ready for Veterans Day. The community thanks them for donating their time. The Veterans Day ceremony will take place on Saturday at the airport. The keynote speaker will be JLTC instructor Sergeant Major Roman. Take time tomorrow to remember the men and women who served the country over the years.
The second market period is underway, and for the Upper School Academy, where report cards for the first quarter will be given out at the Fall Gala and Parents Night next Thursday, November 16th. This event will take place in the gym from 5:30 until 7:30 and will feature food and the opportunity for the parents to meet and talk with teachers. Robocalls will be made home to let parents know about and written invitations which were sent home. Bring your RSVPs back into the school as soon as possible for the Fall Gala and mark November 16th on your calendar.
MCAS retesting started this week. Retest started this week on November 8th and 9th for the English Language Arts test and will continue next Tuesday on the 14th. And after that, on November 15th and 16th, is the MCAS retest days for math. Passing the English, Math, and Science test is a graduation requirement in Massachusetts.
We are at the end of the news this week, but coming up next is a special feature coming to you from the school newspaper, the Laurentian. Burning Questions is coming up next, so stay tuned.
That will do it for this week in Inside LHS. Thanks for watching. Have a great long weekend. We'll see you next Friday. Bye.
Hi, my name is Leslie Garcia, and I'm a senior reporter for the Laurentian. Welcome to our segment called Burning Questions, in which we ask a member of the administration questions taken from the student body. To commemorate our first issue of the year, we've invited Headmaster Fiato. Good morning, Fiato.
Good morning, Leslie.
Okay. Good morning. What is the one thing as the headmaster of LHS that you are most proud of?
There are so many things that I'm proud of. It's difficult to pinpoint it to one thing. Our students, faculty, and staff are the most caring, resilient, committed, dedicated individuals that I've ever been around. I think that the spirit of the student body and the spirit of the faculty is far superior to any learning community that I've been a part of, and I truly appreciate the Lancer pride that's here. And despite all of the changes that have happened at the high school and in the community over the last few years, we've remained dedicated to our students. We've remained steadfast in the belief that all students can persist in the face of challenges, and we remain positive around our future as a high school and as a community. And it's that belief that all students can learn and all students can be successful that inspire me to be a part of this campus and do the work that I do every day.
That's awesome. As a senior, one of my biggest challenges has been the many changes in the structure of the school. Is there hope for the next generation of Lancers to have a more stable academic experience?
So I recognize the number of changes that specifically our seniors and teachers and staff and families have gone through during the phases of the restructuring at Lawrence High School. And what I will say, first of all, is thank you to those people for enduring those changes. Not only did we endure them, I believe that we've learned a lot from the process. We've made some great progress. We've also made mistakes, and that's part of life. I think we're learning from the mistakes. And what I'll say to the seniors is thank you. In the face of adversity, we have overcome a lot of challenges, and our senior class is pretty big. I mean, when we started before receivership, and even when I was an administrator at Lawrence High School, at the old building, we call it the old Lawrence High, in the early 2000s, our graduation rate really was around 50%. So we'd have 600 freshmen, and at the end of 4 years, we'd have 300 seniors. And I'm thinking, where are all these people going? But today, our freshman class is about the same size as our senior class. That's telling me that we're doing a good job keeping students in school, keeping them engaged, and our seniors, despite all of the challenges, they're gonna make it. They're gonna make it. And I think that's gonna help develop their capabilities and their social, emotional intelligence to overcome adversity when they leave high school, because they've dealt with it in a positive manner. So the message to the upcoming students is that we believe that the major changes are over, that we'll have a stability with like a lower school model and an upper school model. We're really trying to come together as one Lawrence High School. I think that we'll find support in small learning communities in your schools with cohorts, seminars, and also building a relationship with each class. So the 9th graders really coming together, the 10th graders coming together, and kind of as Lawrence High School students, and kind of losing the competition between the schools, but developing more collaboration among the grade levels and among the students in general.
Can you explain to us what accreditation means, why it is important, and how close we are as a school to being accredited?
That's a great question. Accreditation is critically important because it is an independent nonprofit organization called NEASC. That's the New England Association of Schools and Colleges. They accredit over 2,000 institutions, learning institutions in the Northeast and across the world. They oversee or accredit public institutions like Lawrence High Schools and other public high schools, independent schools, private schools, colleges and universities, and some international schools. Why that's important is because they have come up with 7 important standards that range from instruction, curriculum, assessment, school resources for learning, community resources for learning, that are critical to a well-rounded educational experience. So their job is to come visit us and give us a report. The report will basically tell us how we're doing. It's almost like a progress report, and with that progress report, we'll have the information to continuously improve. So it's one thing for us to give ourselves a grade or for us to determine how we're doing, but it's even more powerful when a group of educators come in. So it's the accreditation team will be coming in the spring of 2019. So you won't be here, but many of our students will be here. This will be happening at the end of 2019 in the spring. I think it's in April. And that visit will be a 3-day visit, actually a 4-day visit. It goes from Sunday to Wednesday. And the team would be visiting classes. They'll be interviewing staff, interviewing students. We'll need students to shadow, so students will, they'll be shadowing students to see what their experience is like. They'll be interviewing families, in fact, school committee and family representatives. So it's a pretty detailed process, and what that tells us is basically how we're doing in relation to those 7 important standards. So we think that it's critical that we get that feedback so that we can use it as a tool to continuously improve. And so we will keep we're trying to keep people, the community up to date and informed about this expectation, because we believe we'll do well with accreditation, and we have areas of growth that we'll be able to take away and be able to act upon.
Since we are like in the getting reaccredited, or like in the hopes to get accredited, will there be a knowledge gap between senior year in high school and freshman year in college for seniors that are moving on?
There's always going to be a learning curve for anyone transitioning from one phase of your life to another. If you remember when you were in the 8th grade and you came here, there was that gap. You were so used to your middle school and the way things were done over there, and the teachers and your peers and your programs, and then you come to this big high school and you're probably thinking, oh, who do I go? Where's the bathroom? And where do I put my stuff? And what time does the bus leave? And where do I get lunch? And never mind all the academic changes and challenges. And not, instead of having a couple of teachers, now I have 7 teachers. And that same challenge is going to be there in post-secondary. So whether it's college, the workforce, the military, it's going to be a change. And what we want to do here at the high school is prepare you for whatever that next step in your life is going to be. Clearly there's an academic challenge, but there's also a social and emotional challenge in making adjustments to new experiences. And my advice to our students is to never be afraid to ask for help. Failure is part of life. So if you find yourself failing a class or struggling in high school or college or having a difficult time at a job, it's up to you. It's important that you feel that you can go advocate for yourself and ask for help. Ask for extra support. Find out where the writing lab is, or find out who the guidance counselor is. Find out, talk to your boss if you're having issues with work, or you're having issues with an employer, or you're having issues coming in on time, before you quit. Because those are the skills, those are the intangible skills that are critical to be successful in life. To be able to ask questions, to be able to advocate, to be able to seek advice, and gain information and experience from those that can help us.
Okay, now one more thing, Mr. Fiato. As you know, I'm part of the girls volleyball team, and we're headed to playoffs, which is like amazing. Since we've been practicing late, we often get to see you break out the moves on the court with other faculty and administration. So I have to ask, what is the over-under versus Reynoso in a one-on-one?
What is the what?
Over-under with Mr. Reynoso.
If I play Mr. Reynoso one-on-one?
Yeah.
That question was not on my preparation list. Dr. Reynoso is in fantastic shape. He is in way better shape than I am. However, basketball-wise, I will destroy him. If it's full court, he will beat me because I can't catch him. If it's half court, I think I have a chance because I'm just going to back him in and shoot over him. When do you want to do this? Is this a challenge from him, or is this coming from you? He probably will be up for it because he's a competitor.
Yeah.
Now, if it's a baseball or something like that, he'll beat me, but I'm just going to say my skills are way better than his in basketball. But lately, he's been on point. His shot is looking pretty good, so I'm on the downward spiral in my career. So you might have a chance.
Okay.
I don't know if I gave you the answer you were looking for, but.
Yeah. Okay. That will do it for it all, but please send in your own questions, your own burning questions for our next episode to Mr. Blanchett by either stopping by his room C105 or emailing him at matthew.blanchett. Until then, I'm Leslie Garcia for the Laurentian, and we're counting on you to keep it lit.